Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the third video. Today what I want to talk about is over my 6+ years of training experience, I've learned a lot of great things to do when trying to build your dream body, but I've also learned about a lot of things not to do when trying to build that dream body. So I want to talk about the 5 things that you should avoid and should definitely not do in the gym when you're trying to build your dream body. So let's start with number 1. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is consistency and the lack thereof. So what I would do throughout my years, I would kind of make a program, right? And maybe I was doing like a strength kind of thing. Again, this is years of learning. I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but let's say I had a strength program going. I would train like that for maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then I wouldn't be seeing the results I want. So then I would switch it, and then all of a sudden I'm doing a bodybuilding style program, and then same thing. Go hard for like 3 weeks, not seeing the results I want. What happens is you get frustrated, then it's like you start skipping days, right? I'm sure many of you guys have been here before. You start missing days, and it all has a snowball effect, right? Things didn't change for me until I got consistent with my training and consistent with my routine. So what that's about is figuring out exactly what you're trying to do for your transformation, build out that routine, and then stick with it for months on end. Don't even like don't even be looking for serious improvements within the first month. Just put your head down and trust your program that you're working on and stay consistent, and then you'll look up 3 months later and you're going to start to see those changes you want. So that's number 1. Number 2 kind of goes hand in hand with number 1, and that is not having a proper program. So I think it's really important to understand, like, to get the goals that you want, you need to train in that specific way. So I used to be an athlete, right? And so I would train to be better at my sport. I used to play football, and everything I would do would be based around just being explosive, being fast, just being more athletic, right? As I transitioned out of that and I wanted to just focus more on aesthetics, I didn't know exactly how to remove myself from training like an athlete to training in a way that would give me a better overall body. And so it took a lot of learning, a lot of trial and error. But what I got out of it is you need to figure out exactly what your goal is and then cultivate your entire program to fit that exact niche. And then once you do, then we tie back to example number 1. Then once we do, we get consistent on that program and the results start to blossom. Alright, so for mistake number 3 is trying to out-train a bad diet. It's probably something most of you guys have heard time and time again. And I know you're hearing it and you're thinking like, oh, well, I'm that one special guy who can like eat whatever he wants, or, you know, as long as I'm training hard, like I'm gonna get the... I'm trying to tell you, like, you're not that guy, you know? And I used to think I was that guy at one point, because when I was younger and very active, you know, I kind of could get away with whatever I wanted. But when you really get into this stuff, man, what you put in your body is so important. It's what makes your body, right? You are what you eat. So, you know, if you don't like me telling you that you're not that guy, that you can't just eat however you want and training will take care of you, that's your ego being bruised, and you need to check that, okay? Because I'm here to tell you that you can't out-train that bad diet. You're never going to get where you want to be until you clean it up and do the right things. And you know what the right foods are. So let's move on to point 4, which is going to be cutting out of the gate. What I mean by that is, if you're early on in this process and you want to build that body with the 6-pack abs, right, the cut delts, all that stuff, so immediately what do? You cut your calories and you try to just lean out your body. Well, it's not going to work because you don't have any muscle to show, right? Like, you don't have any properly developed muscle. And all it's going to do is give you a skinny, frail frame, and it's all bad. I'm telling you guys, and a lot of you are going to hear this advice and just kind of throw it to the side, but I'm telling you guys, if you're early on in this process, you need to dedicate 2 years to just building muscle. Now, that doesn't mean 2 years of just, you know, packing on dirty bulking, but we'll get to that in the next point. 2 years of building lean muscle in the right way. And yeah, that's going to come with a little bit of body fat on top of it, but it's the only way you're going to get that dream body, because I'm telling you guys, otherwise just cutting out of the gate, you don't have anything to show for it. And then you're going to get on a cycle where you realize that, then you're going to bulk, and then it's going to be a bad bulk, and you're going to waste years. So don't cut out the gate. You need to build that muscle. Maybe for some of you, you're a little further in, and maybe it's only a year of bulking. You got to decide for yourself where you're at, but huge mistake cutting out of the gate. That brings us to mistake number 5, which is dirty bulking, right? We're going to kind of end on this one, and this is one that I unfortunately have a lot of experience with too myself, right? It's just like, you just want to get big, you want to get strong, so what do? You eat. Doesn't matter what it is, you're eating it. And that first month of dirty bulking, you kind of feel like, oh, you know, I'm getting some size, like shirts start fitting tighter, and then like that third month comes around and it's like, oh, it's nasty, man. I'm telling you guys, this dirty bulking isn't what you want. You're just gonna get fat, okay? Yeah, you're gonna gain some muscle, but you're just gonna get fat, and it's gonna be really hard to lose that weight when the time comes. And then when you lose it, like, the muscle isn't even as developed as you thought it was, because like you were just eating processed garbage. You weren't even eating, like, you know what I mean, lean meats and that important stuff. Dirty bulking is all bad. I don't know why people still do it. If you're currently doing it, like, please stop. It's horrible. Probably the worst thing you can do to build muscle. Well, maybe not the worst thing, but it's not good at all. Take it from me. No dirty bulking. We need a lean bulk. It's a slow process, but trust that process. That's how you get the body of your dreams. Alright, and so that wraps up my third video here. I hope you guys appreciate this advice. I hope maybe even just one mistake that I went through helps you in your journey. If you guys like this kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with somebody if you think it could help them, and I will see you guys shortly in the next one. Peace.